7:12 now. Getting kids to read can sometimes be a challenge. I have a laughing lady next to me, and we'll find out why momentarily. It can be even harder getting boys to put down the action figures and open a book. So how can you get your son to flip open those pages? Here to tell us the answer to that very sexist question, Jen Doyle from Classroom Connections 365. All right, so why is it that boys may be harder to get interested in reading, or maybe keep their interest?
Keep their interest because the attention span tends to be shorter.
Did you say something? Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I've noticed you run around a lot here, and movement is critical for boys. And so the staff knows that here because you're always going from set to set.
Okay.
But what I've noticed is that little kids love to build with Legos. And I borrowed these from my hairdresser, and I made this last night. I think it's really remarkable that I could do it.
I'm very impressed.
And I brought some if you wanted to build while we talk, keep you out of trouble.
That thing got a Hemi?
We can see. And what happens is children get very excited, particularly boys, about building. So if you capitalize on that, and there's a board book about Star Wars that goes along with Legos. So now they're building and they can go to a board book, and board books are meant for very young children.
Okay.
So now you've started to get their attention. As they get older, when I was cruising the aisles of the department store,
yes,
I saw a little boy. He took one of these up and he showed his daddy, and he says, "Oh, I would just love this for Christmas."
Yes.
I wanted to buy it for him. He was so heartfelt.
I'm sure he would have let you do that, yes.
He was in 3rd grade, and it turned out the father was a good friend of one of the staff members here. Big Daddy was his best man at his wedding.
Ah, our good man Leroy.
Yeah, so it was such an interesting connection. But so you have these, and this goes up to age 14. And now this is the exact age, about 8 to 14, that boys lose interest. But if you juxtapose it with a ninja book and Serpentine, boys love graphics. And if you look at the words, they're not easy words. And it's not easy reading, but they'll hover around this and they'll continue doing this, and they'll try to match the picture with some of these things.
Okay.
And even it's got your attention. Look at you stop building. I noticed right away.
I'm like that, But now, so the colors and stuff. But here's a question though. Now, sooner or later, you want a boy or a girl, for that matter, to sort of graduate and lift their game to stuff that's a little bit more adult reading, or
Yes, you
so
do.
How do you do that? How do you bridge that
Well,
gap?
what happens is that you get them saturated with things like this and let them feel success. And then slowly ease them off onto other books that you know are effective. In workshops that I give, I turn parents on to very effective reading matter for children of all ages up until high school. And you have to find material that they love. And don't just be turned off just because of the fact that it's graphic. Now, I've seen boys hover. When have you ever seen boys hover around a dictionary?
Not very often. Well, unless they hear a certain word that they're not supposed to use. Then it's a game on, right?
Then it's game on.
Of course.
But boys like to go around this dictionary, and they like to look at it, and they read it, and they talk about it. And so now you're getting them reading. And then, now, who doesn't like to color and do games? This is another one where, again, where's the right way up? You have images that the boys can go along with this, different age levels, and they say adults love to color. It's very soothing. I don't know, do you color in your free time?
Well, I know that Jose, our show director, thinks that I do.
Oh,
he's like, he's just saying in my ear, you want to color. And of course, yeah. Who doesn't? You see something like that, you
want to color. And there's stickers, and who doesn't like stickers? Now, I bought them and I lost them. I'm embarrassed to say I can't find them in my house, but there's trading cards available. You can get, and boys in around 3rd and 4th grade love to collect, love to trade. They're like baseball cards. So it's really, if you bundle this and you take this and put this all together, if you catch boys when they're young, to your point, as they get older, they will go on to other reading material. Now, are you a reader?
A bit, when I have time. I mean, kind of read for a living, but at the same time, it's interesting. But it is, as much as I can. We have to finish up. I would just real quickly though, reading skills more important than ever, or
more important than
it's
ever.
easy to think, well, gosh, you know, we're in such a visual world, and I mean, you're watching TV, aren't you? Right? Well,
But if
I
you're
guess
going to
it is.
use the computer, you have to read, write, and spell.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're lost.
And good reading leads to good writing, I think. I firmly believe that anyway.
Excellent.
All right.
You
Thank you very much, Jan
Thank
Doyle.
you. It's always a pleasure.
Classroom Connections 365.